So now we are actually more or less near the end of this bathtub. But just one thing we thought about, as you might have read on Twitter before, now that you might engage a little bit and would like to open the space for having some short little lightning talks. So the question would be, and it doesn't have to relate to the topics we heard tonight, it's any kind of topic related to Agile and Lean. Welcome. Who would like to do some sort of 3 minutes of a lightning talk? This can be done just by audio. You don't need to show up by video. You don't need to share your screen. So is there anyone interested? So Frank, there is one lightning talk, and I will now switch to Frank Depierre. Let me just pick your name in the list. So Frank, I'm gonna unmute you. So here we go.
Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good afternoon, good evening. It's quite a pleasure to have you here. I just want to talk about what we call xALEc here. You know, I'm quite happy here because we met at ALE 2011, sorry, and now we are all together. We have this Bathtub, and the nice thing is that we can tweet and share together, but when also we need something more. It's quite difficult to go to the conference, go to the unconference, because we have to travel, and we are looking for something more to share and to talk about the subjects we like around this Agile and Lean area. So what we try to do for the 2 last months with a group of guys, we try to meet when we have time on Monday morning, 9:30 p.m. CET. So it's quite simple. If you have an idea, if you have a question, if you prepare a slideshow, if you have a problem in your company, if you want to talk about new ideas and things like that, it's a place to be. You just come. You don't have to be there every Monday, but it's just there at 9:30 p.m. every Monday. So if you want to talk about it, just be there. There's a page on the ALE network. I will tweet it later. It's with this hashtag of Bathtub. So the idea is just during Monday, you can fill the dashboard of this xALEc with the subjects that you want to talk about. And then at 9:30, we just connect with the Google Hangouts session. And then we just sort the subject that we want to talk about. And then we try to talk about it during 30 minutes. That's quite short, that's quite efficient. You don't go in the subject deep, but it's quite easy to find new links, new ideas, to avoid to have bad answers, and that's it. So if you want to join us, it's quite easy. You tweet me, and I will add you to the xALEc circle, and then on Monday morning, we start the Google Hangout, and you just click on the link with this xALEc hashtag, and then we can talk about what you want. So see you next Monday or any Monday when you are available, and it will be a pleasure to meet you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Frank. That was great. Thanks to you. So is there anyone else who would like to share his ideas or his thinking about Agile Lean to the attendees? No one at the moment, so nobody raises his or her hand. So this was an idea we just thought about involving the participants of the bathtub a little bit more. Maybe we will do more advertising and information on this the next time beforehand so that you might be able to prepare staying up even later. So as long as there is no one, there is a question. Deborah? Okay, there is another lightning talk from Deb. We just have to switch to the names list. Here we go, Ilya. So this is Ilya, obviously. So I'm gonna unmute you.
Hi there.
Does it work?
Do you hear me?
Hi, Deb.
Hello. Hi, Michael.
Hi.
So I'd like to talk for a couple of minutes about something that's really important to me because I love to energize people in this community. And so I'd like to talk to you about creating events. Naresh, Jane, and I wanted to create events that were more local and more intimate and created community better than the 2,000-person conferences that he and I had actually met at. So in 2008, we started Agile Coach Camp, the first one in the States. And our initial plan from the very first day we started planning it was to create something that could go viral, something that other people could pick up. And so, for example, Agile Coach Camp Norway just sprung up sometime after the first Play for Agile. And I heard recently that there's been one in Russia. I have to find out more about that. I hadn't heard anything about that. So we have 12 principles. I have 12 principles that I've sort of distilled out of what I've known from running the ones that I've been involved in. And I just want to share them with you. So first of all, just do it. Don't wait for the right minute. Don't wait for the right people. Start talking to people and make it happen. And you don't have to do it all yourself. The second principle is the participants organize it. The way that we've usually done it is to go to a conference and say, who wants to run a coach camp in whatever country we're talking about, and see who comes. And have a conversation there and try to get the core of your organizing committee together right there. And then that energy will carry forward into organizing the thing over the phone. Create containers. Don't feel like you have to do everything for everybody. Create these containers. We use open space and lightning talks to create containers that people will bring their passion into. Feed mind and body and spirit. So we try to find places that are refreshing and pleasant and feed people really well. Make sure that they get a good night's sleep. Rely on the power of getting the right people. This is really important. Invitation is the invisible part of these events. It happens long before the event, and it's super important to get the people with the right passions together so that they will find each other. Put everything together. Use your tools. Create a wiki or use Google Docs. Make a place that the organizing committee can work. Simplify your expense process. You don't have to set up a nonprofit organization to do this. I have some information for you on that in the document I've put together. Simplify participant communication. Let people talk to each other. Who's coming? Let them see without you having to be an intermediary. And make every participant a marketer by doing that. Simplify registration as much as you possibly can. There are different patterns people have used. You can ask the organizers of the different events. Make a place for the committee to meet, a conference room, a virtual conference room, a teleconferencing number, and maybe some basic documents that you work in. And do your asynchronous committee work. Meet regularly on the phone and then go away and do what needs to be done and come back together and do a status check just like you would with your software development work. And then, having run an amazing event, pause to reflect. I've put, that's my alarm telling me I'm at the end of 3 minutes. I put those principles down in a document with some notes, and Michael has the URL for that if you're interested. Don't wait for somebody to organize the event that you want. It's a blast. That's it.
Yes, thanks, Deb. That was great. And as you mentioned, we will forward or post your URL with all this information on the Bathtub site. So is there anyone? Yeah.
This also goes for stoves. People are saying, how can we be involved? And I say, if you believe in this stuff, you are stoves. Go out and make something happen.
Yeah, sure. That's important. So, okay, that was 2 lightning talks. Is there anyone else who would like to share his or her thoughts? Right now, right here? So if not, we would actually start closing the event of tonight. So this means we want to thank once again all the speakers, Christopher, Antti, Stephen, and Jürgen. So this was, again, a very great bathtub made possible by all the speakers. As usual, we will provide the recordings, slides, and all the information mentioned tonight on the Bathtubconference site. It will just take probably a few days. You know, this is all coming from the ALE network, made possible by volunteers, so we do that in our leisure time or free time. We had about 100 registered persons tonight, 74 showed up, so this is really a great number. And we want to continue it like this, so please give us your feedback on LinkedIn or whatever media you want to use. So as you know, we are active on Twitter. We have the Bathtub site where you can post your comments, and so we're happy to improve. And as you know, a final sentence, a final remark, the Bathtubconference itself is a moving event, which means we are always looking for new volunteers who want to do the next event. And as you heard, currently it was coming from the mid or north of Europe. It already came from the south of Europe, at least from Spain, Portugal. So maybe there are people from east of Europe who are happy to organize the 6th bathtub. We will start this discussion on LinkedIn and looking for people who just want to make the next bathtub happen. Okay, so that's for it for now and for tonight. Wish you a pleasant night. Take away all the learnings from tonight and see you next time. Goodbye.